A brand new Sony camera will be announced tomorrow. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. And that is it. That smokiness of the lap song, guys. Hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a photo video tech day. It's a new camera day. Basically, Sony is introducing a brand new camera as of tomorrow. The announcement, I guess, is going through tomorrow. So kind of exciting because I am always interested in new cameras, new technology. What are they doing? Are they moving forward? Are they just kind of staying the same, status quo? What is going on? The industry has been very status quo, very mediocre, let's say, mundane for many years, in my personal opinion. There hasn't been a lot of great innovation. It's basically iteration, right? This iterative cycle that's been going on. And I think that's why a lot of people have kind of been moving away. They've been using the cameras that they currently have and not really looking at the new cameras as much. Well, we'll see how this one works out. This is going to be the brand new Sony ZV-1. Let's call it a Mark II. I was reading an article over on Digital Photography School, and I want to share that with you and then give you my insights on the ZV-1 because I've been shooting with that camera for a few years now. So I'll let you know what I think about it, and will I be purchasing the brand new ZV-1? We don't know what it's going to be called. Let's just call it the ZV-1 Mark II for right now, but we will know as of tomorrow. So let's run through this article real quick. It says, at 10 a.m. on May 23rd, Sony will announce a new, quote, all for vlogging camera, according to a banner posted on the company's website. Now, this is what the banner looks like. When I look at that silhouette, that's very obvious to me what that is. That is a ZV-1. So the body hasn't changed much. I don't see like an external lens, so most likely it will be an internal lens. You can see that little puff ball at the top, which is a windscreen for using the camera in outdoors. And it actually has a really good mic on it. I have the same image back there, you can see. Anyways, the article continues, while the banner shares no camera details, only that a new vlog-focused model will be unveiled, along with the date and time. Obviously, as I said, that would be May 23rd at 10 a.m. That is tomorrow. Sony Alpha Rumors had recently promised a ZV-1 successor announcement, and the rumor site appears confident that the up-and-coming launch does indeed refer to the ZV-1 Mark II. Once again, we don't know what it's actually going to be called, but let's just call it the ZV-1 Mark II for now. The original ZV-1 debuted back in May of 2020. That's when I purchased it, and boasted a variety of vlogging-focused features, including a compact portable body, a flip-out screen, 4K at 30p for video, excellent autofocus, a high-quality built-in microphone, and a small but effective 20.1 megapixel 1-inch sensor. Now, I can attest to all that. That is exactly what comes with it, and it is really quite good. If not, I wouldn't have been using it. Just as a point of context, the ZV-1 is what I shot these videos with, sitting here at this desk for about 200 plus videos. This was from 2020 to about 2022, right around there, when I ended up purchasing the camera that we're currently using, which is the Canon EOS R. So the ZV-1 is an amazing camera, and like I said, I used it for all of 2020 and 2021, actually into 2022. And right here, as you can see it, maybe I'll switch over to this camera real quick. This is the top-down camera for the ZV-1. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why I put this up here in just a minute, but we'll get back to that after we finish this article. The article continues with the ZV-1 as a true compact camera doesn't offer interchangeable lenses. Rather, the camera boasts a 9.4 to 25.7 millimeter f1.8 f2.8 Zeiss lens, which translates into a 24 to 70 millimeter focal length range when applying the 1-inch sensor crop factor. Now, I love this focal range. 24 to 70 is a focal range that I have on all of my cameras. I have about a dozen cameras. I use a 24 to 70, I would say 75, 80% of the time. That focal range is absolutely perfect for any type of event photography, just about anything that you're doing. If you need telephoto, obviously you need to go a little bit deeper. You might go with the 70 to 200, but for the majority, like I said, 75 to 80% of the time, I am using a 24 to 70. So when I saw that this camera had the equivalent of a 24 to 70, I'm like, this thing is right for me. It just simply makes sense. Now, the article continues with perfect for vlogging, standard video recording, and a range of still photography genre. Absolutely 110% I agree with this. Additionally, the wide maximum aperture of f1.8 when shooting at 24 millimeters, shifting to f2.8 when shooting at 70 millimeters, allows for significant background blur, always handy when vlogging in busy locations. Well, that's true and not true at the same time. Yes, the lens does start at 1.8 wide open and goes up to 2.8, but it doesn't shift to 2.8 at 70 millimeters. It does it gradually. So, right around 1.8 is what you're going to get all the way wide open at a 24 millimeter range. Let's say you're going to be at 1.8. As you go to 30 millimeters, it might go to 2.0, 35, you'll be at 2.2, so on and so forth. Right around by about 40 millimeters or so, maybe 50, you're going to be already at 2.8. Just so you understand how this works. Not really what they said, but that is how it actually works. So the question that they ask here is, what does the ZV-1 Mark II offer? And they state this. They say, while Sony and Sony Alpha Rumors hasn't revealed any specifics, you can certainly expect the Sony ZV-1 Mark II to remain true to the original version while offering a handful of key upgrades. I agree with that. Per Sony's teaser, the Sony ZV-1 Mark II will be another vlogging-centric model. So the compact form factor, the flip-out screen, as well as the effective built-in microphone will undoubtedly be present. The 1-inch 20.1 megapixel sensor may receive some hardware upgrades to improve dynamic range and low-light shooting, but its core specs will likely remain the same. Most likely, they are correct there. In my personal opinion, I don't think that they want the ZV-1 Mark II to step on the heels of any of their other alpha cameras, right? So they're going to have to keep it in that middle ground area where it doesn't exceed what's already out there, but it comes right up to it with very similar features, but with a different form factor. So they're selling a camera that has a built-in lens in comparison to a camera that has interchangeable lenses, that type of thing, but with the same type of vlogging-esque features. That's the way I look at it. However, I would look for videography enhancements. The Sony ZV-1 Mark II may jump from 4K 30p to 4K 60p shooting, and the Sony may pack in a couple of modes for easy content creation. I'd also look for autofocus upgrades for improving face and eye tracking. That way, focusing while handheld vlogging will be simpler than ever. Well, as far as the autofocus, I think that the Sony ZV-1 had autofocus in spades. It was every bit as good as this camera right here, which is the Canon EOS R, or any of the Canon autofocus cameras. The Sony ZV-1 did such a fantastic job. I would sometimes talk about it in my vlogs and say, watch this. If I'm sitting dead straight to you, it's focusing on my eyes and it puts a square over my eyes and I can see it on the screen that's flipped out. If I just turn slightly to the left, this eye is just a little bit closer than this one, it immediately will snap on to this eye. And if I turn a little bit the other way, it will snap to this eye. So it understands not only that it needs to capture the eyes or have the eyes in focus, but it's going to focus on the eye that's closer to the sensor. This is really, really important. And this is one of the reasons why I use it for product shots, because you can switch it to product mode and it will focus on that in comparison to latching in on eyes. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and switch over to the top-down cam again. And as you can see, we have the keyboard here. We have some of the Stream Deck stuff here. If I just bring my phone in, it's in focus. But now watch what happens when I bring it up close. You see what goes on? It immediately locks into the phone, right? And not what's underneath it. Whereas if I move it out of the way, it snaps back down here. So this is in product, as they call it, mode. What this means is whatever is closest to it, that's what it's going to snap in on. And that is really important when we're doing stuff like this. So once again, I just love the autofocus on this, and you can switch it up however you want it. Once again, to lock in on eyes, do facial tracking, or product where it's whatever's closest to the camera, that's what it zooms in on instead of the eyes. Let's go ahead and finish up this article real quick, and then I'll give you some more of my commentary. As the price, I would expect the ZV-1 Mark II to cost in the range of $800 to $900. Reasonable enough to appeal to vloggers and other content creators, but expensive enough to ensure real quality without sacrificing key capabilities. I agree with that. So if you're a vlogger, content creator, or even a beginner still shooter, keep an eye out for the Sony ZV-1 Mark II announcement tomorrow, May 23rd. So tomorrow is the big day, and I'm kind of excited to see exactly what Sony has up their sleeve. Is it going to be very similar to the Sony ZV-1, or are they going to really push the boundaries where they get really close to some of their higher-end Alpha Series cameras? I think that they might. I think they might push it. I think that we're going to see a 4K 60. We might even see 4K 120p. And the reason being is it's a smaller sensor. They can do it if they want to do it. So once again, this is a vlogging centric camera, but is it something that I would purchase? The reason being, I already have a ZV-1 here. I have about 12 Canon cameras. I shoot a whole bunch of different things. Would I purchase this camera? And the answer to that is I might. And the reason being is I was thinking about replacing this camera over here, which is a Canon 80D. It's old. It's definitely getting long in the tooth. It works pretty well, but I have to record with it and then later on edit. I can't really go live with it because it doesn't have a clean HDMI out. So the Sony ZV-1 Mark II would be absolutely perfect for this. And the reason being is it will lock in on my eyes. I don't have to worry about it just straggling around like other cameras do. And you'll see the background in focus, and then I'm in focus and pulsating and all the rest of this stuff. It will lock in and stay locked in. And it's very lightweight. Matter of fact, that is one of the reasons why I'm using it for this camera up here, because it is so lightweight, and of course for that product feature. Also, being that it has a 24 to 70 focal range, it is absolutely perfect for not only video, but as a pocketable camera. And since it doesn't have interchangeable lenses and the lens is built into it, it will literally fit into your pocket. And I would have to say this camera is the one camera that goes on every single one of our family trips. Once again, the reason being is it's so small. It is really good for photo, but exceptional for video. All right, so I buy a whole bunch of, as I call them, chiclets. They're little tiny batteries for them because they don't really last that long. So I have a whole pocket full of them, and I can just go all day and just capture some amazing 4K footage with it, or just simply take photos. And it ends up so compact, it's literally like bite-sized, and you can stick it into your pocket. It is perfect for that type of situation. And in my opinion, if you are one of those people that uses an iPhone or an Android phone for a lot of your snapshots, and you're really starting to get disgusted with the pictures that you're creating. Whenever you're taking a shot at night, you notice that it's very grainy, or if you want to print an image that you captured on your iPhone, you think that it's fantastic, you print it and you're like, why does it look so bad? Well, because remember, the sensor is the size of like smaller than my pinky nail instead of 1 inch, right? So it is a lot smaller sensor. And Apple, as well as Android, Samsung, all the rest of them have done an amazing job at getting some really good photos and videos out of a tiny, tiny sensor. But there's only so much that you can do with it. And you simply need a larger sensor to get actually good, more megapixels. Just because a phone says it can capture at 100 megapixels, well, how big are those pixels when the sensor is only this big? Think about it. So if you want to check out the Sony ZV-1 Mark II, I'll put a link down below, and I'll probably also put a link to the ZV-1 Mark I, because there's going to be people that want to look into that one also, because it's going to be a lot cheaper. This one will probably be around $800, $799, $899, right around there. The predecessor, the original ZV-1 that I'm using, is still exceptional. It might be something that you would want to look into. Once again, I'll put both links down below. If you use those links, you support the channel. We appreciate it. Please do so. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please consider doing so. Click this little button over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you'll be notified of it immediately. Also, if you want to support the channel, there's a little thank you button down here. You could click on that if you'd like. Give $1 or $2. That would be fantastic. If not, that's okay also. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. Also, I'm still doing the 3,000 push-up challenge for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. All of the monies that you donate during this month for the research hospital, clicking this donation button, every penny goes to the St. Jude's Research Hospital. If you don't know, this is a hospital that specializes in children's care, in cancer, fighting cancer. Also, not only fighting the cancer, curing cancer, but also preventing it in the future. Hence the name Research Hospital. It is absolutely fantastic. YouTube has said that every single penny will go to the charity. They will not even take a dime. So once again, there's a donation button down below for that. If you want to find me on social media, you can go to twitter.com/JosepHCristina. You can go to our Discord server. Just simply go to community.JCristina.com. Once again, community.JCristina.com. You can find me on Facebook and everywhere else, Instagram, so on and so forth. Also, if you're looking for a VPN or faster internet, or actually more reliable internet like me, check out Speedify. That's what we've been using for all of our live shows. Every Friday, we've been doing a live right around 8:30 with my wife. Speedify is awesome for that. Check them out. They gave us a promo code, which is JCristina. You'll get 20% off for using that over on their website. Or if just making it easy, just go to JCristina.com/speed. Once again, JCristina.com/speed, and you will automatically get the 20% off. Additional over their great price right now. I think they have a summer sale going on. So check that out. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like, and if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.